Introducing the Open Palm Podcast, hosted by Jerome Shaw. Available today on your favorite podcasting platforms, including Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Anchor.fm, and many more. The Open Palm Podcast, where the host engages his listeners with inspirational messages, motivating themes, and thought-provoking ideas. Topics include: make more mistakes, how much is your value, don't get right, get going, learning to let go, excellence is a habit, and more. Binge listen today. Subscribe today. It's getting excellent ratings. That's the Open Palm Podcast, hosted by Jerome Shaw. You can also find it on YouTube. Make sure you share it with your social networks and connect on Twitter and Instagram at Jerome Shaw. That's the Open Palm Podcast with Jerome Shaw. Available today on your favorite podcasting platforms. Go listen, download, and subscribe now.
One of my friends lives by a mantra, and it goes like this: I am not a body, I live in a body. I am not a body, I live in a body. I am not a body, I live in a body. I am not a body, I live in a body. I am not a body, I live in a body. I am not a body, I live in a body. He would recite this day after day after day, while he was walking, while he was driving, every day. Letting him know, reminding him that he was a spiritual being having a human experience. We are energy. We are light beings. We are not the body, but we live in the body. This is the vehicle that we operate. This is the vessel we inhabit. This is the ship that we pilot. But we are not the body, my friend. We live in the body. How do you feel in proportion to your body? How is your existence to you? You know, it really is a beautiful thing when you meet someone who is untethered, who is not tied down to this flesh, who feels unlimited, boundless potential. Someone who does not have a limiting bone in their body or a limiting neuron in their brain. Someone who sees even past the sky, which other people call the limit, sees into space, sees into the cosmos, sees into other dimensions of thought, of reality, sees into higher consciousness. It is a beautiful thing to know that there are others out there like you who believe the things that you believe. People who are expanding, people who are growing, and people who are going places. And as a result, they always have this glow about them. Do you know anyone like that, my friend? 'Tis a wonderful thing to meet a person like this. What would you do with the knowledge that there are no limits? What would you do knowing that there is nothing you cannot achieve, nothing you cannot do? How could you communicate this to another person who has always felt contrary, who was always known or believed the opposite. That there were certain things in life they just could never have, could never do, could never be. How could you impart something such as this? Is it up to you? Is it up to you to change the minds of every person who does not believe what you believe? Is it up to you to profess the knowledge and wisdom that you have acquired from books and other people? Or is it up to you to simply exude this energy? To simply be your purpose instead of always looking for it? Is it up to you to embody it? For only then will others truly see what we are trying to teach. When there comes a time we don't have to teach it all. For when we realize, the world realizes with us. Thank you for listening, my friend. This has been Jerome Shaw on TOP, that is the Open Palm Podcast, here in San Antonio, Texas. The Open Palm means harmony with the world, understanding our place in the world, using our skills accordingly, greeting the world with an open palm instead of a closed fist. My friend, I pray that you received an encouraging message today, letting you know that you can be as expansive as you are, and you do not have to be ashamed, knowing that you are a spiritual being having a human experience. You are not the body, but you live in the body. I assume that even by listening to this podcast, that you are different. You're not like everyone else. And especially if you've gotten this far in the episode, I know that you know that there is so much inside you. Share this episode with a like-minded individual who is learning and growing and becoming their greatest version. Pay it forward so more can hear this message. Folks have asked how they can support the podcast. My friend, you can support it by becoming a supporter. And if you resonated and gained value, I invite you to open your browser to anchor.fm/jshaw, and clicking that little support button there is much appreciated, as it goes a long way to making a difference. My friend, have a blessed day or night, wherever you are. Take care.
Hey there, my friend. So you've heard about Anchor, but do you know why it's the easiest way to make a podcast? Well, first off, it's free. It allows you to use creation tools that let you record your podcast right from your phone or computer. It also distributes your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more platforms. You can even make money from your podcast with minimum listenership. It's everything you need in one place. Download the free Anchor app today or go to anchor.fm to get started. Can't wait to hear yours. Let's see what you have to offer the world.